Incorporating regular reading into your language learning routine can significantly enhance your overall language skills and help you become a more effective communicator in English. Remember that reading is crucial when learning English for your vocabulary expansion, as it exposes you to a wide range of words, idioms, expressions, and phrases that are commonly used by native speakers, which you might not encounter in everyday conversation. It also gives you the opportunity to observe how sentences are structured, where punctuation is needed, and how grammar rules are applied in context, which will help you improve your writing skills as well with an upgraded vocabulary. Reading becomes crucial for test preparation as reading comprehension skills are tested in each and every English proficiency exam. Here are some strategies I suggest you put in practice, but first remember that improving your reading skills is a gradual and consistent process. Incorporate these strategies into your reading routine to build your vocabulary and comprehension of English text. Begin with reading materials that are specifically designed for your proficiency level. Graded readers provide a gradual progression of vocabulary and complexity. Increase the difficulty level as you become more proficient. Start by reading about topics that genuinely interest you to get you engaged and make the whole process more enticing. When reading, it is important to practice active reading. That means that while reading, you should analyze the text, observe the sentence structure, use of literative devices, grammar and punctuation, and how they organize the ideas. Highlight keywords, make notes, and underline important sentences. This improves focus and comprehension. When encountering unfamiliar words, try to understand their meaning from the context of the sentence or paragraph. Remember to keep a vocabulary journal to note down new words and their meanings. If possible, try to also write some of the context in which you found the word, as well as a sentence example for a better context learning. When preparing for an exam, practice with authentic materials. Practice your reading comprehension with real exam samples. This exposes you to real exam writing styles and topics. Additionally, add time management into your reading as your time allocation will be limited in the exam. The more fluent you become reading, the higher chances you will have to successfully pass a language proficiency exam.
Sentence structure, the SVO formula. Hello, in this video, we're going to explain to you how the sentences are created in English, their order and elements. This lesson is very important. Please pay attention. In English, all sentences have the same structure. Subject plus verb plus object. For example, I read a book, where I is the subject, read is the verb, and a book is the object. If we want to say when the action happens or where it happens, we can put it at the beginning or at the end of the sentence. For example, yesterday, at home, I read a book. Or, I read a book yesterday at home. We have the same structure, but we put the time and place at the beginning or at the end of the sentence. If we want to say how the action occurs, we put it at the end of the sentence. For example, He speaks English very well. Something more to know. A subject and an object can have this structure: an article plus adjective plus noun. The first thing is a word that we call article, that can be the words in the previous lessons. For example, a, an, the, this, that. It tells us if it is something near, one thing, a lot of things, etc. The second thing is the adjective. We put adjectives in brackets because sometimes we don't use an adjective. An adjective is a word that describes a person or a thing. For example, big. The last thing, but the most important, is the noun. It can be a person or a thing. Let's put this all together. In the morning, I paint this old house. I is the subject, paint is the verb, and the object has 3 parts. This is the article, old is the adjective, and house is the noun. Another example. The brown dog eats a big cookie. In this sentence, the brown dog is the subject. The is the article. Brown is the adjective. And dog is the noun. Eats is the verb. A cookie is the object. A is the article. Big is the adjective. And cookie is the noun. Be careful, there are some exceptions. Don't use this formula in passive, because the order is different. In imperative, because there is no subject. And when you use the verb there is or there are, because there is no subject. Please watch this lesson again if you don't understand. How to create a question. The WASV formula. This is a very important lesson. We created the WASV formula so you can use it when you need to ask a question. Always use this formula to remember how to create a question, because you can use it in all verbal tenses. Let's see the formula. WASV question mark. Where W are the interrogative pronouns like what, when, where, how, why, who, how much, how many, etc. It is in brackets because it can be or not in the questions. When we ask something in a yes or no type of answer, we don't use any interrogative pronoun. We call the A in the formula the auxiliary, and it is the word we use when we do a negative sentence, but without the not part. For example, in present simple, a positive sentence is, you speak English. And when we change the positive sentence into a negative sentence, we say, "You don't speak English." So in this case, the auxiliary, or a, is do. That is the word we use to change a positive sentence into a negative sentence. As you can see, to find the a for our WASV formula, we first make the negative and then take out the part of the word before the not part, or N''T. Another example. She plays tennis. Then the negative. She doesn't play tennis. So for the WASV formula, just use does as it is the part next to the N''T. Please remember how to find the a because it is a trick you can use for all verb tenses. S is the subject. V is the verb. So if you have to create a question, use the WASV formula, and you won't forget any element, and you will put each element in the correct place. Let's see some examples with the WASV formula. Where do you live? What are you reading? Some examples without the W, interrogative pronoun, when we ask something in a yes or no type of answer. In these questions, the answer is yes or no. For example, do you like the Beatles? Does she speak English? Be careful. Exceptions in which you don't use this formula. 1. When you use the verb there is or there are. 2. For the imperative tense. 3. When you are asking for the subject. For example, who is your brother? 4. When you use the verb to be. For example, when is your birthday? English verb tense structures. This video is a summary of the English verb tenses. It's probably the most important lesson or one of the most important lessons to learn. So please pay attention and replay this video as many times as you need. In English, there are 3 main structures: the simple tenses, the continuous tenses, and the perfect tenses. You know the present simple and present continuous. Let's start with the simple tenses. All simple tenses are created the same way. There are 3 groups. 1. The verb to be. 2. The verb to have got. And 3. the rest of the verbs. We know that when there is the verb to be, we always use it to make the negative sentences and questions. We also know that when there is the verb to have got, we always use it to make the negative and questions. And when there is another verb that is not to be or have got, we need another word or auxiliary to create a negative sentence or question. In present simple, the word or auxiliary is do or does. In past simple, it's did, and in the future, it is will, but the structure is the same. Now let's take a look at the continuous tenses. They are all created the same way. A continuous tense is always made with the verb to be plus the verb ending in ing or gerund form. The only difference is the time of the tense. In present continuous, the verb to be goes in the present. In the past continuous, the verb to be goes in the past. And in the future continuous, the verb to be goes in the future. As we have a verb to be in the structure, we use the verb to be to make the negative sentences and questions. The other structure is the perfect tense. They are used with the third column of the irregular verbs or plus ed of the regular verbs. It only changes the time of the verb to have. For example, in present perfect, the verb have goes in present. Have or has. In past perfect, the verb have goes in the past. Had. In future, the verb have goes in the future. Will have. To create the negative sentences or questions, we use the auxiliary have and put it in negative or at the beginning of the sentence in the A position of the formula WASV. Just remember the three structures when you learn the different verb tenses.
Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you a question and you have to choose between the different options I'll give you. You have about 5 seconds to answer each question and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. So let's go. Choose the correct answer for the following sentence. To describe a situation in the past, we use past simple, present perfect, or past continuous. Which verb tense do we use to describe a situation in the past? The tense that we use is the past continuous tense. Past simple is for finished actions in the past, and present perfect is for actions that we don't know if they have finished or actions we want to know how many times we've done it. Next one. To talk about arranged plans in the near future, we use future simple, be going to, or present simple. To talk about arranged plans in the near future, we use be going to. We would use future simple for predictions or things we think they're gonna happen. Just predictions, but not for arranged plans in the near future. Next one. When in a sentence we find the hint word ever, we use, is it past continuous, be going to, or present perfect? Whenever we find the hint word ever, that means that we are asking if we have done something at least once in our lifetime. So we are asking for how many times. Then present perfect is the correct verb tense to use. Next one. To talk about habits or routines we do, we use present continuous, present simple, or present perfect. To talk about habits or routines, we use the present simple tense. Remember. Next one. To express an action that was happening in a specific moment in the past, we use, is it past simple, present continuous, or past continuous? Remember, for actions happening in a specific moment, we always use the continuous tense. If the specific moment is in the past, we would use the past continuous tense. If it was in the present moment, that would have been present continuous. If it's in the future, specific moment in the future, we would use future continuous. Remember that. Next one. To express an action that is happening now, we use, is it present simple, present continuous, or past continuous? For actions that are happening now, we use present continuous. Next one. To express an action that happened and finished in the past, we used present perfect, past simple, or past continuous. Remember that when to talk about an action that has finished in the past, we use the past simple. If we wanted to describe that action that was happening at a specific moment in the past, we would use the past continuous. And the present perfect is for an action that started in the past, but it's not clear if it has finished or not. Next one. To talk about an action that's started in the past but has not finished yet, we use present perfect, past simple, or present simple. As we've seen, to talk about an action that has started in the past but has not finished yet, we use the present perfect. If the action had finished, we would use the past simple tense. Let's see another one. To talk about predictions or thoughts for the future, we use, is it going to, is it present continuous, or is it future simple? For predictions or thoughts, we use the future simple tense. That's another one. When in a sentence we find the hint word now, we use, is it present continuous, present simple, or present perfect? In a sentence we find the hint word now, means that the action is happening now. When we want to describe something that is happening in a specific moment, we use a continuous tense. As is it now, the moment when it's happening, we would use the present continuous tense. I hope this video helped you better understand this lesson, and thank you for watching.
Two verbs together. Verb plus ing or to. In this video, I'm going to teach you what to do when you want to say two verbs together in English. Sometimes in a sentence, we want to say two verbs together. Like, I want to go home. I like eating ice cream. In English, the second verb always has to go in the ing form, gerund, or in the to form, infinitive. How do I know which form it has to use? The first verb tells you if the second verb has to go in gerund or infinitive. After these verbs, the following verb has to go in gerund or ing form. Like, hate, enjoy, love, mind, in positive or negative. For example, she hates reading books. I love swimming in the lake. As you can see, the following verb goes in ing form. After these verbs, the following verb has to go in infinitive or to form. Want or need. For example, I want to start the exam. He needs to go to the doctor. As you can see, the following verb goes in infinitive form. Check the list of verbs to see which verbs are followed by gerund or infinitive form.
Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you a question and you have to tell which verb tense follows each of the verbs. You'll have about 5 seconds to answer each question and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. Let's go. Which tense should follow this verb? Hope. Is it a gerund? Is it the infinitive? Or the infinitive without to? After the verb hope, the next verb will go in infinitive, as in I hope to finish my task on time. Another one. After the verb wait, which tense would the following verb go? Is it going to go in gerund, infinitive, or infinitive without to? The following verb will go in infinitive, as in he waited to get his book signed. Let's see another verb. Which tense should follow this verb? Verb seem. Is it gerund, is it infinitive, or infinitive without to? The verb after seem has to go in infinitive, as in he seemed to be fine after the shocking news. He seemed to be. Infinitive after the verb seem. Next one. Which then should follow this verb? Decide. Is it gerund, infinitive, or infinitive without to? After the verb to decide, the following one should go in infinitive, as in I decided to end my relationship with him. I decided to end. Infinitive. Let's see another one. Understand. After the verb understand, the following verb should go in gerund, infinitive, or infinitive without to. The following verb should go in gerund, as in I don't understand working for that many hours. Understand, working, the gerund. Let's see another one. After the verb to know, the following verb will go in gerund infinitive or infinitive without to. The following verb should go in infinitive, as in he knows to read in Chinese. Another one. After the verb to forget, the following verb should go in gerund infinitive or either gerund or infinitive. The following verb can go either in gerund or in infinitive, as in they forgot to bring an umbrella. Let's see another one. After the verb begin, the following verb should go in gerund or in infinitive or either gerund or infinitive. After the verb to begin, the following verb can go in gerund or infinitive, as in the baby began to cry when we arrived. Next one. After the verb to agree, the following verb should go in gerund infinitive or infinitive without to. After the verb to agree, the following verb should go in infinitive form, as in we agreed to buy a new car. Agreed to do something. Next one. After the verb to promise, the following verb should go in gerund infinitive or either gerund or infinitive. After the verb to promise, the following verb should go in infinitive form, as in I promised my daughter to get home early tonight. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you better understand this lesson.
Relative clauses 1. Who, that, which, where. In this video, you are going to learn the most common relative clauses and know which one you can use. Let's first start with an example so you can see what a relative clause is. A doctor is a person who helps people. We use the relative clause or pronoun to refer to something we are talking about. In this sentence, who refers to a doctor, a person. A plane is a machine that flies. In this sentence, that refers to a machine, a thing. The hotel where I am staying is very nice. In this sentence, where refers to a hotel, that is a place. So, in the relative clauses, we have to know if we are referring to a person, thing, place, or time. If we are referring to a person, we use who or that. If we are referring to a thing, we use which or that. If we are referring to a place, we use where. If we're referring to a time, we use when. Look at the examples. A thief is a person who steals things. This is the bus that goes to the airport. This is the restaurant where I have breakfast every day. Today is the day when we celebrate our anniversary.
Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you a question and you have to choose between the different options I'll give you. You'll have about 5 seconds to answer each question, and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. So let's go. Choose the correct answer for the following sentence. The village I live is very big. Is it where, what, or who? The correct answer is the village where I live is very big. For places, we're gonna use where. Next one. My sister Amy is older than me. Is studying economics. Is it which, what, or who? The correct answer is my sister Amy, who is older than me, is studying economics. For people, we're gonna use who. Next one. Will Smith is the man acts in Men in Black. Is it who, what, or whose? For people, we said that is who is the relative pronoun to be used. Will Smith is the man who acts in Men in Black. Let's see another one. The answers the teacher gave me are wrong. Who, what, or which? The answers which the teacher gave me are wrong. Because for the answers for a thing, we're going to use which. Let's see another one. Japan is the country I want to live. Is it when, is it what, or is it where? The correct answer is where, as Japan is a place. So we're going to use where for places. Let's see another one. What is the name of the restaurant we are going tonight? When, what, or where? The name of the restaurant where we are going tonight. It's a place. We're going to use where for places. Another one. I take the bus. Goes to the airport. Is it that? Is it what? Or is it where? In this case, we're going to use that. I take the bus. That goes to the airport. Next one. On Christmas Day is all the family gets together. Is it when, is it where, or is it what? Remember that for time, we use when. On Christmas Day is when all the family gets together. Another one. The city I live is too big. It's a place, so we're gonna use where. The city where I live is too big. Another one. People live in Fiji are very friendly. For people, we said that we have to use the relative pronoun who. People who live in Fiji are very friendly. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you better understand this lesson.
Imperatives. Hi again. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a sentence in imperative mode and when to use them. We use the imperative to give an order or strong advice. Look at the examples. Go to your room. Be quiet. Don't smoke in the car. Do you remember the SVO lesson? Do you remember that all sentences have to have a subject, a verb, and normally an object? Do you remember the exceptions? This is one exception. As you can see in the examples, there is no subject. You always start with the verb in infinitive form without to. In negative, it's always don't plus verb, as in, don't smoke here. Don't sleep in class. Don't be silly. The only case where you can see don't plus be together.
Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you a question and you have to create an imperative with the words given. You will have about 5 seconds to answer each question, and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. So let's go. Does an imperative form follow the SVO structure? The subject, verb, object structure? Yes or no? No, it doesn't, as the imperative form is not constructed with a subject. There is no subject. Another question. Arrange the words to create an imperative sentence. With you, not it, in the library. The imperative sentence is don't eat in the library, with no subject and the negative with the auxiliary in present. Don't. Let's see another one. You not smoke cigarettes. Again, the correct way to create an imperative is without the subject. And if it's a negative sentence, as in here, that we have not smoke, we're gonna use the auxiliary don't, and then the verb, don't smoke cigarettes. Arrange the words to create an imperative sentence. You not speak loud in the library. Again, the correct imperative sentence is don't speak loud in the library. With the auxiliary in negative, plus the verb in infinitive without to, as always, and then the rest of the sentence with an exclamation sign mark. Clean your room, you. Which one is the correct imperative sentence? Is it clean your room with the exclamation mark, or you clean your room? The correct one is clean your room with the exclamation mark at the end. Let's see another one. You go to bed. Is it you go to bed with the exclamation mark, go to bed, or you go to bed? Again, an imperative sentence is not created with the subject. This is why the first question that doesn't follow the SVO or subject, verb, object structure, because there is no need to put a subject in the sentence. So it's go to bed, go to bed. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you better understand this lesson.
Infinitive of purpose. In this video, I'm going to explain to you what the infinitive of purpose is and when to use it. The infinitive of purpose is the infinitive tense, to plus verb, to express an intention. We use the infinitive of purpose when we are saying why we want to do something. Look at the examples. I am calling you to tell you about my birthday party. He is learning English to find a good job. So again, we use the infinitive of purpose, to plus verb, when we are saying why we want to do something.
Wash. W-A-S-H. Work. W-O-R-K. Believe. B-E-L-I-E-V-E. Spoon. S-P-O-O-N. Bottom. B-O-T-T-O-M. Thank. T-H-A-N-K. Wish. W-I-S-H. Explain. E-X-P-L-A-I-N. Hungry. H-U-N-G-R-Y. Cookie. C-O-O-K-I-E. Someone. S-O-M-E-O-N-E. Break. B-R-E-A-K. Shorts. S-H-O-R-T-S. Upstairs. U-P-S-T-A-I-R-S. Dark. D-A-R-K.
We need to save money.
Why do we need to save money?
Because we need to buy a house.
But a house is so expensive.
That's why we need to save money.
How much do we need to save?
We need to save enough for a down payment.
How much is that?
That's about $30,000.
$30,000? That will take forever.
Not if we save every penny.
Okay, here's 7 pennies. The ocean is so big.
You can't see the end of it.
It goes on and on forever.
And it's deep, too.
I think it's 5 miles deep.
Are there fish at the bottom?
There are fish at the top and the bottom.
Are there more fish or more people?
I think there are more fish.
I hope so. I love to eat fish.
Past simple. Hello. In this video, we're going to show you how to use the past simple tense, one of the most common verb tenses in English. Let's start. Remember that in each verb tense we must know 3 things. 1. When we use this verb tense. We use past simple to say finished actions that happened in the past. For example, I went to the cinema yesterday. The action of going to the cinema finished yesterday. Look at this other example. She broke her leg last week. The action of breaking her leg finished in the past. Two. Now let's see how we create a sentence in the past simple. The past simple follows the same structure as the present simple. There are 3 groups. 1. If we want to use the verb to be, then we say, I was, you were, he was, she was, it was, we were, they were. And in negative, I wasn't, you weren't, he wasn't, she wasn't, it wasn't, they weren't, we weren't. And in questions, was I, were you, was he, was she, was it, were they, were we? Remember that when we use the verb to be, we always use the verb to be to do the negative sentences. In questions, we just put the verb to be at the beginning of the sentence. Two. If we want to use the verb have got, then in past we say, I had got for all the subjects. In negative, and for questions. Three. In the third group, there are all the verbs that are not the verb to be or have got. Please remember these 3 different groups because it is very important when you do negative or interrogative sentences. Let's see how we create sentences in past simple with verbs that are not the verb to be or to got. Let's start with the positive sentences. In English, there are 2 types of verbs, regular verbs and irregular verbs. Please check the list of irregular verbs. To say a positive sentence in past simple, you have to know first if the verb you want is regular or irregular. Let's use 2 verbs for our examples. An irregular verb, go. A regular verb, play. To create a sentence in the past simple with an irregular verb, we have to memorize the second column of the list of irregular verbs. In our case, the second column of the verb go is went. So we say, I went to the cinema yesterday. To create a sentence in past simple with a regular verb is easy. We just have to add ed at the end of the verb. In our example, he played in the park last Monday. In past simple, he, she, and it are treated as any other subject. Look at our examples in different subjects. I went to the cinema. You went to the cinema. He went to the cinema. She went to the cinema. We went to the cinema. You went to the cinema. They went to the cinema. Or, I played in the park last Monday. You played in the park last Monday. He played in the park last Monday. She played in the park last Monday. It played in the park last Monday. We played in the park last Monday. You played in the park last Monday. They played in the park last Monday. As you can see, the verb doesn't change depending on the subject. They are all the same. Now let's look at the negative sentences. To create a negative sentence, we need an auxiliary that in the past simple is the word didn't for all subjects. Look at the examples. I didn't play. You didn't play. He didn't play. She didn't play. It didn't play. We didn't play. You didn't play. They didn't play. I didn't go. You didn't go. He didn't go. She didn't go. It didn't go. We didn't go. You didn't go. They didn't go. The auxiliary didn't goes before the verb, and it is the same for all subjects. Notice that when we do a negative sentence, we use the auxiliary didn't before the verb for all subjects, and then we put the verb in present tense. We don't say, I didn't went. We say, I didn't go. So to create a negative sentence, we don't mind if the verb is regular or irregular, as we just add the auxiliary didn't before the verb in present tense. Now take a look at the questions. To create a question, remember always the WASV lesson. In a past simple question, the A, or auxiliary, is the word did. Look at the examples. What did you play yesterday? What is the W, or interrogative pronoun? Did is the A, or auxiliary. You is the S, or subject. And play is the V, or verb. More examples. Where did you go yesterday? Did you work last night? When did you see my mom? Watch the WASV lesson for more information on how to create questions. 3. Which are the typical words from this verb tense? As we use the past simple to tell actions that finished in the past, the typical words for the past simple are words that refer to the past days, like yesterday, last night, 2 days ago, or any other words with last week, last Saturday, last month, last year, or any other words with ago, 2 days ago, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago.
Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you a question and you have to choose between the different options I'll give you. You will have about 5 seconds to answer each question, and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. So let's go. Which is the correct answer? My sister and I really tired after the competition. Is it was or were? My sister and I is a plural subject, so the correct verb to be would be were. My sister and I were really tired after the competition. Another one. The village very small. Is it singular? The village was very small. Or is it the village where? As the village, this is the same as the subject it, the verb to be for the it subject in the past is was. The village was very small. Another one. Which is the correct answer? Where was the party or where were the party? Again, the subject is the party, so it's singular, is a it. So then the verb to be for the subject it is was in the past. Where was the party? Another one. I born in France. I am French. Is it I was born or I were born? That's an easy one. The subject I for the verb to be in the past is I was. I was born in France. I am French. Another one. My house, very nice. My house, is it singular? Was it plural? It was or is it were? My house was very nice is the correct answer. Next one. You at school yesterday. With the subject you, the verb to be in the past is where. Were you at school yesterday? Next one. I phoned you, but you home yesterday. Is it you wasn't or you weren't? Remember, for the subject, you, the verb to be in the past is were. And in negative, as this is the case, is weren't. Were not, weren't. Next one. When? Jane's birthday. Jane's birthday, is it singular? Is it plural? Is it? Or is it they? Jane's birthday is the same as an it. So when was Jane's birthday? When was Jane's birthday? Next one. I home yesterday. I was or I were. Of course, for the subject, I, the verb to be in the past, is I was home yesterday. Next one. My family very happy when I arrived. Watch out because this is a tricky one. My family is treated as a singular. It's a group, one group of people, but it's treated as a group, so it's singular. My family was very happy when I arrived. The same as saying my family is, my family goes on holiday, or my family lives in Japan. My family is the third person singular, and it's in the to be in the past is my family was. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you understand this lesson better. Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you a question and you have to choose between the different options I'll give you. You'll have about 5 seconds to answer each question, and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. So let's go. For the following sentence, choose the correct answer. Madonna played in London last month. Is it played, or didn't play it? The correct answer is that played, just adding ed to the verb play, as it's a regular verb. Next one. We stay in a very quiet room. Is it the first option, second option, or third option? The correct answer is stayed, just adding ed to the verb stay, as it's a regular verb. Next one. I painted the room last week. Painted, didn't paint it, or was painted. What is the past simple tense? The correct answer is I painted the room last week. Remember that didn't painted, if we want to do the negative, we use the auxiliary didn't, but then the verb goes in infinitive without to. It just didn't paint. And was painted, it's a different story, it's a passive. It's not a past simple. Let's see another one. I have a dog when I was a kid. First check if the verb have is regular or irregular. If it's regular, it would be haved. If it's irregular, the second column would be had. Have, had, had. Remember the irregular verbs, you have to memorize them. Another one. They go to Rome last summer. Again, is it regular? Is it irregular? Is it the first column, second column, or third column? Remember, past simple is the second column of the irregular verbs. In this case, they went to Rome last summer is the correct answer. Another one. It rained for 3 days last month. Is it regular or is it irregular? In this case, rain is a regular one, so we just add ed at the end. It rained for 3 days last month. Next, I work 8 hours every day. Again, is it regular? Is it irregular? Is it didn't work? This correct? Was work? The correct answer is that I worked 8 hours yesterday. Again, didn't work. It's not correct. You need the auxiliary didn't, but the work, the verb work, should go in infinitive without to. So in normal, it's normal. Didn't work without anything else. And was work. It's nothing, doesn't make any sense. Let's see another one. I see your brother at the shopping center yesterday. Is it regular? Is it irregular? Is it the second column, the third column? Remember, past simple tense for the irregular verbs is the second column. In this case, I see, second column is I saw your brother at the shopping center yesterday. Next one. He met a lot of people during the show. Is it regular? Is it irregular? What's the second column of the verb to meet? The correct answer is met. He met a lot of people during the show. Next one. We ate pasta last night. Again, is it regular, irregular? Is it the second column? Is it the third column? Remember all this. If it's irregular, it's going to be the second column to create a past simple question. In this case, eat, second column is ate. We ate pasta last night. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you better understand this lesson. Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you a question and you have to create sentences in past simple tense with the words given. You'll have about 5 seconds to answer each question, and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. So let's go. Arrange the words to create a sentence in past simple. How much money you spent last week? This is a question, as you can see, so use the WASP formula, WASP formula, that you've seen in other videos. The correct answer is, how much money did you spend last week? Did is the auxiliary for the past simple tense, and the verb under the V column goes in infinitive without to, so in present. How much money did you spend last week? Let's see another sentence. What watched you yesterday? Create a question with these words. Again, use the WASP formula from my other videos. The correct answer is, what did you watch yesterday? The W is what, the A is the auxiliary, is did, because it's a past simple, the S is the subject in our sentence is you, and V for the verb, which is watch in this sentence. As we have the auxiliary did, the verb to watch goes in present or infinitive without to. Let's see another one. Arrange the words to create a sentence in past simple. We have the verb break. It's a positive sentence, so we need the verb break in second column if it is irregular, or ed if the verb is regular. The verb to break, it's irregular, so we're gonna use the second column, which is broke. The correct one is, I broke my glasses yesterday. Another one. Break he the window last week. Again, we have the verb to break, which is irregular. And we are creating a sentence in past simple. That means that we're gonna use the second column for the verb break, which is broke. He broke the window last night. Let's see another one. You not come to the party last night. It's a negative one with the verb come. The correct answer is, you didn't come to the party last night, as we are using the auxiliary didn't to make a negative sentence. And as we have the auxiliary didn't, there's no need to know if the verb is regular or irregular, because it's gonna go in the first column, or present or infinitive without to. So you didn't come to the last party, to the last night. It's the correct sentence. Let's see another one. I, New York, in 1998, live. In here we have the verb to live. Now we have to know if it's regular or irregular, and if it's irregular, we have to memorize the second and third column of the irregular verbs. In this case, to live, it's an irregular verb, and the second column is left, So the correct answer is I left New York in 1998. Let's see another one. The lesson I not understand. So we have to do a negative sentence here with the verb understand. As we are creating a negative sentence, we're gonna need the auxiliary didn't or did not. So the correct one is I did not understand the lesson. Again, as we are using the auxiliary did or didn't, then the verb is gonna go in present or infinitive without to. It's gonna be understand. Next one. Pay I $10 this shirt for. Again, locate the verb, that is pay, and see if it's regular or irregular, if the sentence is positive or negative or question. In this case, it's a positive sentence with the verb pay. As pay, it's an irregular verb, and the second column is paid. The correct answer is I paid $20 for this shirt. Another one. He the answers tell me last night. Again, the verb is to tell. We should know if to tell is regular or irregular. In this case, it's irregular. So we must know the second column. In this case, it's told. So the correct answer is he told me the answers last night. As the object, the answers should go after the verb to tell. He told me, and then the object, the answers. And then you're gonna say when or where. In this case, when, last night. Next one. I have cat 10 years ago. That's an easy one. The verb to have is an irregular verb that in the past is had. So, I had a cat 10 years ago. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you better understand this lesson.
There was, there were. This video is going to tell you how to use there was or there were that is very similar to the there is, there are video. First, check the vocabulary, the meaning of there was, there were. It means the same as there is and there are, but in the past, and we use them in the same way we use there is, there are, but to refer to it in the past. We use there was when there was only one thing. For example, there was one person on the street yesterday. There was one tree in the garden last week. We use there were when there were more than one thing. For example, there were 2 cars on the road last night. There were 10 tables in the classroom last month. When we want to say something that is uncountable, like water, gasoline, sand, pollution, money, salt, sugar, fire, music, art, electricity, oil, furniture, milk, everything, something, nothing, anything, everybody, somebody, anybody, nobody, we use there was. For example, there was water on the table. There was money in my wallet. There was something on my bed. Now let's see how we make the negatives. As there was or there were has a verb to be, we just make the verb to be in negative. Look at the examples. There wasn't a cat in my house. There weren't windows in my bedroom. Now let's see the questions. As we have the verb to be, we just put the verb to be at the beginning of the sentence. Was there a ball in the garden yesterday? Were there good restaurants in your town last year? Remember that we can use the quantitatives like some, any, much, many, a lot of with this verb, just as we did for the verb in the present tense. If you don't remember, please go back to the lesson to review it because you need to know this grammar perfectly to pass the exercises.
Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you a question and you have to choose between the different options I'll give you. You will have about 5 seconds to answer each question, and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. So let's go. Which is the correct answer? There, nothing to say to the teacher. Is it there was, there wasn't, there were, or there weren't? Watch out, because you have the word nothing to say to the teacher. Is it then you have to use to be in positive or negative? Is it singular or plural? The correct answer is that there was nothing to say to the teacher. We have to, for 2 reasons. Is it there was? Because nothing, same as everything, anything, something, and nothing, they all go in there was or there wasn't, there is or there isn't. It's a singular. And the second reason is because nothing is a negative. In English, remember, you can't have a double negative. So in here, it won't be correct to say there wasn't nothing, as wasn't is negative and nothing is also a negative. So we would have 2 negatives in the same sentence, that it's not possible. So if you want to use nothing, nothing, you have to put the verb to be in positive. There was nothing to say to the teacher. That would be the same as saying there wasn't anything to say to the teacher. Okay, let's see another one. My bag was empty. There, nothing inside. Again, we have nothing. So remember, the correct sentence here is there was nothing inside. For the same reason, nothing is a singular. So it should be either there was or there wasn't. As nothing is a negative, we can't have a double negative in the same sentence. So the to be must go in positive. So there was nothing inside. Let's see another one. There, any butter in the fridge. It was, wasn't, were, or weren't. We have to check if the noun is countable or uncountable, and if we use any for positive or negative sentences. As we have butter, which is uncountable, we must use was or wasn't. But then we have any. Any is for negative or questions. This is not a question because of the order of the to be and the word there, and there is no question mark at the end, so that's a negative sentence. then we should say there wasn't any butter in the fridge. Let's see another one. There no big box where you told me. Check if it's a positive, negative. Check if it's singular or plural, if it's countable, uncountable, and all these things. For this question, the correct answer is there was no big box. Big box is singular, and no, it's a negative. So we can't have another negative. So the only option left is there was no big box where you told me. Next. There are a lot of questions in the exam. Again, check if it's positive or negative, if it's countable or uncountable, if it's singular or plural, and all these things you have to consider. For this one, a lot of is used for positive sentences. Then questions is in plural, so the verb to be should go in plural. So there, where a lot of questions in the exam is the correct answer. Next one. There any nice houses in the area? Again, countable, uncountable, singular, plural, positive, negative. You have to consider all these items. For this sentence, the correct one is there weren't any nice houses in the area. It's plural, nice houses. Houses is plural, so it should be the verb to be were or weren't. As we have any, that means that the sentence is a negative sentence. So the only option left is there weren't any nice houses in the area. Let's see another one. There, a long waiting list. Is it singular? Is it plural? Is it countable, uncountable, positive, negative? The sentence, a long waiting list, is singular. In this case, our best option is using the verb to be in positive. There was a long waiting list. Next one. There any furniture in the house? Was, wasn't, were, weren't. As it's a question sentence, it's a question. The verb to be, it's gonna go at the very beginning or before the there. Notice that we're using any because it's a question. And notice that furniture is uncountable. So we're gonna use was. Was there any furniture in the house? Next one. There some cheese in the sandwich. Check if it's positive, negative, countable, uncountable, singular, plural. In this case, as we have some which is used for positive sentences, that means that to be it's going to be positive. And cheese is uncountable. So that leaves us the only option to use there was some cheese in the sandwich. Next one. There's something I wanted to tell you. Remember what I told you? Something, everything, nothing. All these kind of words are singular. Then you have something, which, remember, some you use it for positive sentences. So in this case, if we combine these two things together, it means that it's a singular and positive. So there was something I wanted to tell you is the correct answer. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you understand this lesson better.
Meet. M-E-E-T. Send. S-E-N-D. Feel. F-E-E-L. Agree. A-G-R-E-E. Brush. B-R-U-S-H. Burn. B-U-R-N. Follow. F-O-L-L-O-W. Hate. H-A-T-E. Push. P-U-S-H. Study. S-T-U-D-Y. Tidy. T-I-D-Y. Seam. S-E-E-M. Forget. F-O-R-G-E-T. Hear. H-E-A-R. Leave. L-E-A-V-E.
This is my school. My school isn't big. There are 6 classrooms. There's a big hall. There's a music room and a computer room. There isn't a canteen, and there isn't a library.
I don't like my job.
What do you do?
I'm a babysitter.
Is that a lot of work?
Babies cry all the time.
You have to change their diapers.
I have to feed them.
Are you looking for another job?
No, I'm looking for another family.
Another family?
A family with only one baby.
That's a good idea.
What's this stain?
I don't know.
It looks like blood.
I think my nose was bleeding.
You should wet your shirt immediately.
Why?
Because that gets the blood out of the shirt.
What's a little blood?
Your white shirt is ruined.
So I'll just buy another one.
You can wear this one around the house.
Next time, I'll soak it immediately.
Hey! What's up? Well, okay, Mike's taking a shower, which, by the way, there's no law against. And then we're going to grab some food, so if you want... Is that Ross?
Yeah, you can hear everything through these stupid walls.
Sounds like he's with someone.
He could be alone. This morning I heard him do push-ups and then talk to his triceps.
Wait a minute, I think Phoebe's right. Yeah, I hear someone else in there with him.
Oh, Dr. Geller.
God, you're amazing. I didn't even have to ask you to call me that.
Oh my God, that's Charlie.
She's cheating on Joey with Ross.
Oh, that tart floozy giant.
I'm not sure about this.
Yeah, you're right. This is none of our business.
No, I'm not sure that is the best way to hear everything. Someone get me a glass!
No, I'm not going to do this, okay? I'm not going to eavesdrop on my friend.
Oh, I love Barbados.
Oh, I can't believe I'm kissing you. I'm kissing Rachel.
I know, I'm her.
Rachel and Joey! It's Rachel and Joey! What? Get over here!
Whoa.
Oh my God! I love how thin these walls are! Thank you.
Kids, here's something I wish my dad had told me. The longest pause you will ever experience in your life is the one that follows asking the question,
Will you marry me?
Your brain goes into overdrive, imagining every possible response.
No. Oh, God, no.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ted, I can't. Mark Johnson, the quarterback from your high school football team, already asked me.
What's up, turd? It's Ted.
But if you're lucky, she may answer with the single greatest word in the English language.
Yeah.
First.
Well, I'm calling it a little early.
What, you sure we got big plans?
Yeah, remember how last week we fired up a sandwich and we listened to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon while watching The Wizard of Oz?
Well, tonight, we're doing the same thing, only with Weird Al Yankovic's greatest hits and Apocalypse Now.
We'll see what happens.
Nah, it's Kraft Prof night. Mac and cheese and Tomb Raider. Bizzow!
You see, every time Blitz left a place, something amazing happened.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was my room.
Completely naked. Completely naked.
Aw, man.
And the movie was awesome.
Aw, man.
At the exact moment Brando first appeared, Weird Al launched right in to Eat It.
Aw, man.
And over the years, the curse of the Blitz continued.
Well, I'm gonna call it. I just got mad in 2K1 and I can't stop thinking about it.
See you later.
Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye.
Taps broke. Can't turn them off. Free beer for everyone.
Free beer for everyone!
Free beer for everyone.
Aw, man.
Hi. Oh, what happened?
Oh, no, just a Korean laser peel. Hurt like hell, but once the skin regenerates, it's going to take 10 years off these moneymakers.
Hey, there she is. Thanks for dropping her off.
Actually, Raynor's daughter is with her mom, so I invited him to spend Thanksgiving with us.
I am loving this country theme. This reminds me of when I worked for New Center 12 in Tulsa, except no one here's bitter and drunk.
Gosh, I would hate for you to feel weird, though, since this is just for family.
Isn't that our old neighbor Jerry stuffing appetizers into a Ziploc?
You know what, Raynor? You are more than welcome to stay.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I guess the main thing is all the Dunphys are here. Hey, Raynor, what's the weather going to be like for tomorrow?
Clear and sunny skies, highs in the mid-70s, but hang on to that umbrella because Monday...
I just needed tomorrow because that's when we're having our big family football game. Remember last year? We ran that play, the Hail Mary.
But tomorrow we're supposed
Have sunny weather, yeah.
Hey, what happened to you? You just disappeared from the theatre yesterday.
Well, I did tell the teacher I wanted to leave.
What was wrong? I didn't think the play was that terrible.
It was nothing to do with that. You know what it's like when you get toothache, though. You can't concentrate on anything. The teacher phoned my mum, who contacted the dentist, but they couldn't see me yesterday, even though it was a bit of an emergency, so I had to go this morning.
It seems you'll do anything to avoid going to the theatre.
Now listen again.
Hey, what happened to you? You just disappeared from the theatre yesterday.
Well, I did tell the teacher I wanted to leave.
What was wrong? I didn't think the play was that terrible.
It was nothing to do with that. You know what it's like when you get toothache, though. You can't concentrate on anything. The teacher phoned my mum, who contacted the dentist, but they couldn't see me yesterday, even though it was a bit of an emergency, so I had to go this morning.
It seems you'll do anything to avoid going to the theatre.
I watched a movie last week. You didn't eat salad. He forgot to close the door. Did you feel cold? Then she left the building. They brought me a present. I didn't follow his rules. I thought you were with them. I didn't spend all of my money. Did you sleep at home last night?
Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you a question and you have to choose the correct modal verb. You will have about 5 seconds to answer each question, and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. So let's go. Which is the correct answer? When I was a kid, I ran for 1 hour, but now I can. As we have but in the sentence, that means that the sentence is gonna be the opposite. One's gonna be positive, the other one's gonna be negative. So that means that when I was a kid, I couldn't run for 1 hour, but now I can. So I couldn't when I was a kid, but now I can. Let's see another one. She broke my glasses yesterday, so I see now. So she broke my glasses yesterday. For this reason, now I can't see in present, because it's now when I can't see. Let's see another one. When I was a baby, I read. When I was a baby, it's in the past. So the modal verb we're gonna use for the past is gonna be could or couldn't. As a baby can't read, we're gonna use I couldn't read. Another one. When I was 15, I jump higher than now. I can jump higher than now. It's not correct, because it's when I was 15. So the correct option is when I was 15, I could jump higher than now, because could is for the past. Can is for the present and future. I go out yesterday, but today I can't. As we are referring to yesterday, we're going to use could or couldn't. Again, we have but in the sentence. That means that we're gonna reverse the sign. If but today I can't, negative, then the other sentence gonna be in positive. I could go out yesterday, but today I can't. I'm grounded. Another one. My older brother ran very fast. He wins most competitions. My older brother, he wins most competitions. Check if it's in present or in past. It's in present simple. He wins most competitions. So the modal verb is going to be in present. My older brother can run very fast. Another one. Play guitar. It's a question. Remember, when you have to create a question using a modal verb, you're just going to invert the order. You're not going to mix it with any auxiliary or none of the likes. You just invert the order. Can you play guitar? It's going to be the correct one. Next one. I don't work this week. I sleep till late. As it's this coming week, not going to use could or couldn't, because it's could or couldn't would be for the past. This is for the present and coming future. So what makes sense in here is to use can. I don't work this week, so for this reason I can sleep until late. I don't have to go to work. So the modal in positive. Another one. You ride a bike when you were 4 years old. The question. Check if it's the present or it's in the past. The question is in the past, when you were 4 years old. So we must use the modal verb in the past, that it's could. It's a question sentence. So we're just gonna start with the modal verb could at the beginning of the question. Could you ride a bike when you were 4 years old? Inverting the order between the subject and the modal verb. And that's it. Don't mix it with any auxiliary. No do, no did, just the modal verb. Another one. I was in a meeting. I answered the phone. The moment in which he can't answer the phone is when he was in the meeting. So that's in the past. So I was in the past. I was in a meeting. So I couldn't answer the phone. In the past, I couldn't answer the phone. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you understand this lesson better. Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you a question and you have to choose the correct modal verb. You'll have about 5 seconds to answer each question, and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. So let's go. Which is the correct answer? Is it I warn you run in the swimming pool? Is it I warn you shouldn't run or mustn't run? Remember that if it's a warning, that means that it's my advice to you. And for advice, we commonly use should or shouldn't. So I warn you shouldn't run in the swimming pool is better. Let's see another one. You drive if you drink. It's my advice to you that you shouldn't drive if you drink. It's an advice. Let's see another one. You bring a camera if you go to a safari. Is it an advice or is it like a law or regulation? It's more of an advice that remember to bring a camera if you go to a safari. So I suggest using should. You should bring a camera if you go to a safari is my recommendation, my suggestion, my advice. Let's see another one. I think you tell lies. The word here, the verb I think, suggests me that's an advice or suggestion. For advice or suggestion, I would use should. In this case, in negative. I think you shouldn't tell lies. You shouldn't tell lies. Which is the correct answer? You steal pencils from the school. If it's something more related with regulations or law, I would use a stronger modal verb, which is must. In this case, must in negative is you mustn't steal pencils from the school, would be the most suitable modal verb for this sentence. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you understand this lesson better. Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you a question and you have to choose the correct modal verb. You'll have about 5 seconds to answer each question, and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. So let's go. Which is the correct answer? My car broke down. I buy a new car. Is it positive have to or negative don't have to? The correct answer is I have to buy a new car, in positive. Let's see another one. There are no taxis. We walk home. Is it have to or don't have to? Remember that the meaning is not the negative of the have to. Have to and don't have to don't have the same meaning, but in opposite. It's different meaning. The correct answer is we have to walk home. There are no taxis, so we have to walk home because there's the only means of transportation to get home. Let's see another one. My fridge is empty. For this reason, I buy some food. Is it I have to or I don't have to? That's an easy one. As the fridge is empty, I have to buy some food. Let's see another one. She go to the doctor. She feels well. Is it she has to or she doesn't have to? As she is feeling well, there is no need for her to go to the doctor. So the correct modal verb is she doesn't have to. There is no need for her to go to the doctor. Let's see another one. He doesn't work on Sundays. He wake up early on Sundays. He doesn't work on Sundays. He wake up early on Sundays. Then he doesn't have to wake up early on Sundays because he is not working on Sundays. He doesn't work on Sundays. So there's no need for him to wake up early because he is not working. Remember that. Doesn't have to means there is no necessity. It's no needed. Next one. It's late. I go home now. Is it required or there's no need for that? Of course it's required. It's late. I have to go home now. I should go home. Next one. I'm on vacation. I wake up early. Again, if you're on vacation, do you have to or don't have to wake up early? As you are on vacation, on holidays, there is no need to wake up early. So the correct modal verb is you don't have to. I don't have to wake up early. Remember, don't have to means there is no need. There is no need for me to wake up early. Next one. You study a lot to become a lawyer. Is it required or there's no necessity? Of course, it is required to study a lot. So, the correct modal verb is you have to study a lot to become a lawyer. You have to. The doctor said that I rest more to get better. Is it something you should do or something there is no need to do? Of course, the doctor said that I have to rest more to get better. Have to. Let's see the last one. My grandmother takes her medicine every day. Has to doesn't have to or have to. As it's something she must do, that is taking her medicine, it's gonna be has to. As my grandmother is a she, so my grandmother has to take her medicine every day. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you understand this lesson better.
What's for dinner?
I'm not sure.
How about a pizza?
You had pizza for lunch.
But I love pizza.
Everybody loves pizza.
So why can't I have pizza for dinner?
Because you need a variety.
What's variety?
Different things, not the same thing all the time.
You mean like pepperoni pizza instead of a cheese pizza?
No, I mean a salad instead of a pizza.
Can you carry my bags? I shouldn't eat sugar. We drank a bottle of wine yesterday. They told me you won the race. My teacher taught us the lesson. My shoulder hurts. I brushed my teeth last night. We came home to watch a movie. Did you meet Carl? Everyone thanked me for the party. Past continuous. Hi, I'm going to show you how to use the past continuous tense. A very useful tense when we want to say things happening in the past. Remember that in each verb tense we must know 3 things. 1. When we use this verb tense. We use past continuous when we want to describe an actioning that was happening in a specific moment in the past. For example, I was doing my homework when you phoned me. 2. How we create a sentence in past continuous. All continuous tenses follow the same structure. Be plus verb ending in ing. If you remember, in the present continuous, the verb to be goes in the present. So now, in the past continuous, the verb to be goes in the past. Look at these examples. The boy is playing football is in present continuous because the verb to be is present. So in past continuous, the same sentence is, the boy was playing football. Other examples. They were eating a cake. We were drinking water. As we have a verb to be in the structure, to create the negative sentences or questions, we use the verb to be. The same sentences in negative are: the boy wasn't playing football. They weren't eating a cake. We weren't drinking water. And the questions, we just move the verb to be and put it at the beginning of the question. Was the boy playing football? Were they eating a cake? Were we drinking water? Remember to use the WASV formula to create questions. In our example, there isn't a W. The A is where you do the negative, in this case the verb to be. The S is the subject, that is the boy. And V is the verb, that is playing. There's another important thing to remember. When a verb has only one syllable and ends in consonant plus vowel plus consonant, we double the last consonant. For example, run, running. Stop, stopping. Three. Which are the typical words from this verb tense? There is only one typical word in the past continuous tense, and that is while. After a while, you have to use the past continuous tense. For example, I saw a nice shop while I was walking along the street. Another important thing to remember are the state verbs. They are some verbs that don't make sense in a continuous tense. For example, the verb want. We don't say, I was wanting an ice cream. We say, I wanted an ice cream. So the action can happen in a specific moment in the past, but we don't use this verb in a continuous form. Here is a list of verbs that are not normally used in the continuous form. Verbs of the senses: hear, see, smell. Verbs of the feelings: like, love, hate, need, want, wish, care, mind, fear. Verbs of prices or measures: cost, measure, weigh, contain. Verbs of possession: have got, own, belong, possess, exist. Verbs of opinion: believe, doubt, feel, forget, guess, hope, imagine, know, mean, prefer, realize, recognize, remember, seem, suppose, think, understand.
Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you some words and you have to arrange them to create a sentence in the past continuous tense. You will have about 5 seconds to answer each question, and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. So let's go. My sister and I had dinner in a restaurant when you called me. Arrange the words to create a sentence in past continuous. as we have two verbs here. One's gonna go in past simple and the other one's gonna go in past continuous. So we have two verbs here, that one's gonna indicate the moment in the past and the other one's is gonna tell me what was going on in that moment. In this case, my sister and I were having dinner in a restaurant when you called me. When you called me is the moment. What we were doing is in past continuous. We were having dinner. Let's see another example. Who Emma talked to? Remember, you use past continuous for specific moments in the past. And to describe what was going on, what was happening in a specific moment in the past. In this case, we're using who was Emma talking to. Remember to use the WASV formula when creating a question. Who for the W, was or the verb to be for the auxiliary with the A in the WASP formula, subject the S is Emma here, and talking is the V or verb for the formula. Remember, WASV formula to create a question in whichever verb tense you have to. Let's see another one. The train arrived at the station. Create a sentence in past continuous tense. Again, it's a question, so use the WASV formula. In this case, the A is the verb to be, the S is the train, and the V is the verb in gerund form. Was the train arriving at the station? Was, because it's the train, it's singular. Let's see another one. We saw a bird while we ride a bike. They have already given us a verb in past simple. Then while is a hint word for past continuous. So after the word while, the verb is going to go in past continuous. In this example, we saw a bird while we were riding a bike. Of course, the verb to be for the subject we is were. As it's a continuous, the verb ride is going to go in gerund form, which is riding. Let's see another one. We lunch not have at 1 o'clock. The correct answer is we were having lunch at 1 o'clock. To be for the subject we is were plus have in gerund form as it's a past continuous tense. Another one. Is it a question in past continuous with the verb rain and the subject it? Use the WASV formula to create the question. In this case, we don't have a double V question word like what, when, or where. So we get rid of this. We just start from the ASV formula, A, the auxiliary, where we do the negative. That's the verb to be. In this case, it's was. The S for the subject. In this case, it's it. And V for verb. That it's raining in ing because it's a past continuous. Was it raining last night is the correct answer. Next one. You walked home last night. It's a question. The correct answer is were you walking home last night? Again, use the WASV formula to create a question. Another one. John write a letter when? It's a question. We do have a W question word, that is when. So using the WASV formula, we're going to start with the when. Then, solution is when was John writing a letter? When was John writing a letter? Next one. The teacher asked me a lot of questions this morning. The correct answer is the teacher was asking me a lot of questions this morning. The teacher is a he or she, so the verb to be is going to be was. The teacher was, and then the verb ask in ing form, was asking. Let's see another one. My grandparents helped me at home. In past continuous with the subject my grandparents, that means that's going to be the verb to be in plural. So my parents were helping me at home is the correct answer. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you better understand this lesson.
I love salads.
Me too.
I usually eat a simple salad.
What do you put in it?
Just lettuce, tomato, and celery.
That's it?
I add some pepper and salt.
I always put cheese in my salads.
Yes, cheese is nice.
What kind of dressing do you use?
I pour lots of French dressing on top.
Me too. French dressing is so delicious. Who cares about calories?
Future simple. Hello. In this video, you're going to learn the future simple, one of the most used future tenses in English. Remember that in each verb tense, we must know 3 things. 1. When we use this verb tense. We use future simple to talk about predictions, promises, or offers in the future. We don't use it to talk about planned or arranged actions in the near future, because for that, we use the present continuous or going to structure. Look at the examples. People will live in the moon in the next century. Don't worry, I will pay for your coffee. Two. Now let's see how we create a sentence in future simple. The future simple tense is the easiest tense in English. Let's start with the positive sentences. We just have to add the auxiliary will between the subject and the verb in infinitive form without to. For example, it will rain tomorrow. I think I will pass the exam. Now let's see the negative sentences. To create a negative sentence, we need an auxiliary, that is, won't, for all subjects. Look at the examples. It won't rain tomorrow. I think I won't pass the exam. Now take a look at questions. To create a question, remember always the WASV lesson. In a future simple question, the A or auxiliary is the word will. Remember that the A or auxiliary in the WASV formula is always the word where you create the negative sentence. In our case, the A or auxiliary is the word will. Look at the examples. What will you do tomorrow? What is the W or interrogative pronoun? Will is the A or auxiliary. You is the S or subject. And do is the V or verb. More examples. Where will you go this weekend? Will you study for the exam? Watch the WASV lesson for more information on how to create questions. 3. Which are the typical words from this verb tense? As we use the future simple to talk about predictions, promises, or offers in the future, and not to talk about planned or arranged actions in the near future, the typical words are words that indicate that it is not sure the action's going to happen. For example, probably, maybe, think, perhaps.
Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you a question and you have to indicate if the following statements are true or false. You will have about 5 seconds to answer each question, and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. So let's go. Which is the correct answer? Maybe is a hint word for the future simple. Is it true or false? Maybe it is a hint word for the future simple. That is true. It's for probabilities, future simple. We use it for predictions or probabilities. Next one. We use future simple to give orders. Is it true or false? This is false. Future simple might be used for suggestions or predictions or things we think it's gonna happen, but not to give orders. Let's see another one. We create a future simple tense by adding the auxiliary will after the subject and before the verb in infinitive form without to. So yeah, we add will after the subject but before the verb without the to. So I will go home. Is it correct? Is it true or false? Of course, this is true. This is the way we create a future simple tense. Next one. Today is a hint word for the future simple. Remember, the future simple is used for predictions or things we think are going to happen, but for plans or arranged plans we have in the near future, we're not going to use the future simple. We would use the present continuous or going to. So in this case, today is not a hint word for the future simple. Let's see another one. In a future simple question, the a or auxiliary in our WASV formula is the word will. Yeah, this is true. The auxiliary is will. Yeah. Another one. In a future simple question, the a or auxiliary in our WASV formula is the word do. As we have already seen, this is false because the auxiliary for the future simple is the word will, not do. Another one. We use future simple to talk about predictions. Is this true or false? This is true. We use future simple to talk about predictions. Yeah. Let's see another one. We create the future simple tense by adding the auxiliary will after the subject and before the verb in infinitive form. This is false. As we have seen, we create the future simple tense by adding the auxiliary will after the subject. This is correct so far, and before the verb in infinitive form, but without to. So, I will go, roam, home. I will speak to my friend tomorrow. You don't say I will to speak. You will say I will speak to him. Last one. We use the future simple to talk about planned or arranged actions in the near future. Do we use future simple to talk about planned or arranged actions in the near future? This is false, because the tense we use for planned or arranged actions in the near future is the present continuous or going to. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you understand this lesson better.
Can I borrow $5?
Sure. Why do you need it?
I want to buy lunch.
Where's your money?
It's not in my wallet.
Your wallet is empty?
I don't have even $1 in it.
Being broke is no fun.
Even if it's only for a short while.
It's always good to have friends.
Friends will lend you money when you're broke.
As long as you pay them back.
Present Perfect Simple. Hello. In this video, you're going to learn the present perfect simple tense, your first tense in a perfect structure. First of all, remember that in each verb tense, we must know 3 things. 1. When we use this verb tense. We use the present perfect simple tense to talk about actions that started in the past but didn't finish, or we don't know if they finished. To say how many times we did something in our lives, or to say an action that just happened moments ago. Look at these examples. I have studied English for 2 months. The action of studying didn't finish, or we don't know if it finished. I have seen this movie 3 times. I have arrived home a minute ago. Two. Now let's see how we create a sentence in present perfect simple. As you saw in the last video, we create the perfect structures using have plus the third column of irregular verbs, or plus ed of the regular verbs. So we must know the irregular verbs to create a present perfect tense. For the positive sentences, let's use the irregular verb go. Remember the 3 columns? Go, went, gone. Let's create a sentence. I have gone to the cinema 4 times this month. As in all present tenses, the subjects he, she, and it, the verb always finish in S. In the present perfect simple, for these subjects, we use has. So we say, I have gone to the cinema 4 times this month. You have gone to the cinema 4 times this month. He has gone to the cinema 4 times this month. She has gone to the cinema 4 times this month. It has gone to the cinema 4 times this month. We have gone to the cinema 4 times this month. You have gone to the cinema 4 times this month. They have gone to the cinema 4 times this month. Let's see the negative sentences. To create the negative sentences, we use the auxiliary have and put it in negative. Look at the examples. You haven't gone to the cinema. She hasn't arrived home. To create questions, we use the auxiliary have at the beginning of the sentence in the A position of the formula WASV. For example, have you seen this movie? Where have is the A or auxiliary in our WASV formula, you is the S or subject, and seen is the V or verb. The last thing you should know are which are the typical words from this verb tense. As we use the present perfect simple to talk about actions that started in the past but didn't finish, or we don't know if they finished, to say how many times we did something in your life, or to say an action that just happened moments ago. The typical words are for or since that express a period of time. We use for a period of time. For example, for 2 days, for 10 minutes, for 10 years, for a long time. So, we need a quantity and a word of time. We use since for a specific moment in time. For example, since my birthday, since Monday, since 2 days ago. For example, I've been in Ireland for 2 weeks. Or, I've been in Ireland since May. Other typical or hint words for this tense are just, already, yet, that express that the action happened moments ago. For example, they have just arrived. They have already gone. They haven't arrived yet. Notice that yet is only for negative sentences or questions like, have you done your homework yet? But not for positive sentences. And notice that it is placed at the end of the sentence. We use the words ever and never to ask if you have done the action in your life. For example, have you ever been to London? I have never lived in Germany. Check and remember where the word ever goes in a sentence. Notice that all these hint words, except for yet, are placed in between have and the verb. Some other words used in the present perfect tense are how long, so far, until now. Please review all these words and their meanings in the vocabulary lesson 6.
Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you a question and you have to fill the gaps with the present perfect tense of the verbs in brackets. You will have about 5 seconds to answer each question, and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. So let's go. Choose the correct answer for the following sentence. My parents buy this present for me. Create the present perfect tense with the verb to buy. The correct answer is my parents have bought this present for me. Have, because my parents is plural, is they. So the verb to have should be have, plus the third column of the verb to buy, which is an irregular verb. So have bought is the correct answer. Let's see another one. I this book twice. Remember, we use present perfect tense to express how many times we've done something. In this case, is reading a book. The correct answer is I have read this book twice. The verb have and the verb to read in third column, which is read. Next one. You play with your sister a lot today. The correct answer is you have played, just adding ed to the verb play, with your sister a lot today. Next one. You finish your class today. It's a question. So, use the WASV formula to do the question. In this case, the correct one is have you finished your class today? Your classes today. Have you finished? Following the WASV formula, you will come up with the correct order and solution for every single sentence you want to do a question. Let's see another one. They not watch this film. You have to create a present perfect tense with the verb watched but in negative. The correct solution is that they haven't watched this film. It's the verb have in negative, which is haven't, plus verb watch, adding ed because it's a regular verb. Another one. You ever have an accident? So we have to create a question with the verb have in present perfect tense. The correct solution is have you ever had an accident? So we're gonna have two have verbs to have in the same question. One is the auxiliary and the other one is the verb. Have you ever had an accident is the correct answer. Next one. So the answer is no, I never have an accident. The correct one is no, I have never had an accident. So never goes in between the auxiliary have and the verb have. Never, I have never had an accident. Next one. When asking, you ever be to Greece? You ask in present perfect because it's something that started in the past and hasn't finished. Or asking if you have been once, you're gonna say, have you ever been to Greece? Have you ever is the proper way of asking. Have you ever been? Have you ever eaten? Have you ever stayed? Have you ever met? Whichever. Have you ever and be in third column, which is been. Next one. Yes, positive when responding to the question. If it's positive, it's yes, I have been to Greece. Of course, using the same verb tense, which is the present perfect in this case. Yes, I have been to Greece. Next one. You see Sarah today? When asking a question in present perfect and in whichever tense you use, please remember to use the WASV formula that I taught you. W for what, when, where, and all these kind of questions, the A for the auxiliary, the S for the subject, and the V for the verb. In this case, have you seen Sarah today? Is the correct way of asking a question in present perfect tense. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you better understand this lesson. Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you a question and you have to arrange the words to create a sentence in present perfect. You'll have about 5 seconds to answer each question, and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. So let's go. Arrange the following words. You yet clean your room. Remember where you're gonna place the word yet in a question. In this case, the correct answer is have you cleaned your room yet? As yet is gonna go at the very end of the question. Of course, use the WASV formula to create a question. In this case, the A or auxiliary is the verb have, you is the subject, and cleaned is the verb. Next one. You finish school yet? Again, we come across another yet in a question. So please put it at the very end and use the WASV formula to create a question. In this case, have you finished school yet is the correct way of asking in present perfect tense. Another one. I already eat lunch. Please remember where to properly place the word already. That it's a hint word for a present perfect. So we normally gonna use already in present perfect. The correct answer is I have already eaten lunch. It's gonna go in between the auxiliary have and the verb in third column or ed. Next one. They not see yet this movie. Again, we encounter the word yet, that we're gonna put it at the very end of the sentence. So the correct sentence is they haven't seen this movie yet. Haven't seen is a negative in present perfect, that we do it in the have, that it's the auxiliary. Next one. She already go to bed. Again, remember where to place the preposition already. In this case, she has already gone to bed is the correct answer. Remember that the verb has, the auxiliary has, could be abbreviated with just the S. She has already gone to bed is the same as saying she has already gone to bed. Next one. My dad just sent this postcard. Remember to match the auxiliary with the subject. The correct one is my dad has just sent this postcard. Again, the preposition just goes in between the auxiliary have and the verb send. So my dad has just sent this postcard is the correct answer. Let's see another one. You listen to the message yet. Again, it's a question with the word yet. So remember to place yet at the very end of the question. So, have you listened to the message yet? Is the correct answer. Have you listened to the message yet? Next one. I just go to the gym. In here we have the word just, so remember where it goes. In this sentence, the correct one is I have just gone to the gym. Just, again, it's gonna go in between the auxiliary and the verb. I have just gone. Next one. They buy already the house. Again, remember where to place the word already. Again, the word already, same as just. I'm gonna go in between the auxiliary and the verb. So the correct sentence is they have already bought the house. They have already bought the house. Next one. I just talked to the teacher. Again, just and already, they are both placed in between the auxiliary and the verb. In this case, I have just talked to the teacher is the correct answer. I have just talked. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you better. Now it's time for you to test this lesson. Please indicate which word would you use with the different time expressions given. You will have about 5 seconds to answer each question, and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. Let's go. Which word will you use for last Monday? Is it for last Monday or since last Monday? As it is a specific time, we're gonna use since last Monday. I've been doing this or that since last Monday. Let's see another one. 1 week. Which word will you use for 1 week? Is it for 1 week or since 1 week? The correct one is for 1 week. Remember that when we have a word indicating a quantity and another word for time, which is 1 and then week, you're gonna use for. It's a period of time as well. So for periods of time, use for. Next one. A few minutes ago. A few minutes ago. It's gonna be for a few minutes ago or since a few minutes ago. As it's a specific moment, specific time, you're gonna use since a few minutes ago. Next one. A few minutes without the ago. Is it for a few minutes or since a few minutes? It is for a few minutes. It's a period of time, of a quantity plus a word of time. A few, it's a quantity. A minute, it's a word of time. So it's for a few minutes. A few minutes ago was a specific moment, and then you use since. But a few minutes without the ago, it's a period of time, and then you use for. Next one. A long time. It's a period or it's a specific moment. It's a moment in time. It is a period of time. It's a long time. So then you use for. Next time. This morning. This morning, it's a period of time or it's a moment in time. It is a moment in time. So you're gonna use since. Since this morning. Since this morning. Next one. May. In May. It is a moment in time. It's also a period of time. But a period of time which is not expressed in quantity plus word of time. It's a noun. So in here we're gonna consider May as a moment in time. And for this we're gonna use since May. Next one. 3 months. Is it a moment in time or is it a period, a duration? This is a period of time expressed with a number or a quantity plus a word of time. 3 is a quantity and months is a word of time. Months, minutes, days, weeks, whichever. 3 months is a period of time. And for this we're gonna use for 3 months. 2 days ago. Is it a moment in time or is it a duration? It's a period. It is a moment. 2 days ago. For this we're gonna use since 2 days ago. We've been doing this or that since 2 days ago or for 2 days. Since 2 days ago is pretty much the same as saying for 2 days. Next. 2 days. Which word will you use for 2 days? As we have said, 2 days, it's a duration, so we're gonna use for 2 days. That is the same as saying since 2 days ago, as we said in the previous slide. 2 days, it's a duration, it's a period. We have a quantity and a word of time. We have 2 as a quantity and days as a word of time. And for this we use for. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you better understand this lesson.
Let's go to the beach.
That's a great idea.
We haven't been in a while.
We haven't been in a month.
The last time we went, you almost drowned.
No, I didn't.
Then why did the lifeguard dive into the water?
I think he wanted to cool off.
He swam right up to you.
And then he turned right around.
Maybe you're right.
Maybe we should get going.
I haven't spoken to her since Monday. I have already seen this movie. It has been cold since last month. I haven't played chess for years. I have visited this museum twice. I have never met your cousin. Have you ever won a competition? Has she ever worked in that office? I have driven for 3 hours. Have you ever eaten kangaroo? tag questions. In this video, I'm going to explain to you what a tag question is, when to use it, and how to create one. We use tag questions to ask for a confirmation about a statement we've just made. Let's see some examples. You are tired, aren't you? They don't like dogs, do they? As you can see, when we use a tag question, we are asking for a confirmation. The way we do a tag question is using the auxiliary from the previous sentence, changing from positive to negative, or from negative to positive, and creating a question. Check these examples. You are tired, aren't you? They don't like us, do they? She is eating pizza, isn't she? You were talking loud, weren't you? They have never been to Asia, haven't they? She can't run, can she? You must go now, mustn't you? You shouldn't drink, should you? He will be here, won't he? Let's go for lunch, shall we? Listen to me, will you? So to create a tag question, we must know which is the auxiliary in all verb tenses to be able to create a negative sentence. As you can see, any tag question has the structure of a question, that is, the auxiliary first and then the subject. Notice that if the tag question is in negative, it will always be in the abbreviated form, not in full form. Look at the table.
Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you a question and you have to choose the correct tag question for each sentence. You'll have about 5 seconds to answer each question, and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. So let's go. Choose the correct answer for the following sentence. You haven't met my daughter. Did you, haven't you, or have you? The correct answer is have you, as we have to use the same tense used in the sentence, in the statement, but just changing if it's positive, turn it into negative, or the other way around. In this case, we have a negative present perfect, that it's haven't met. So the correct question tag should be in present perfect as well, in positive, and changing the order with an inverted order, have you. Let's see another one. He won't be here next week. The analysis is that the future and the sentence is in future simple and in negative, with the subject he. So we must use future simple, subject he, and now turn it in positive, inverting the order. He won't be here, and then will he is the correct one. Will he. The negative changes into positive, turns into positive, and the order is changed, will he. Let's see another one. David will go on holiday next week. We have a future simple, in positive. And David is a he, so the correct answer is won't he. With the future simple positive, we turn it into negative. We reverse the order. Won't he. Future simple in negative, reversing the order and the subject he. Next one. It's cold today. Isn't it? It isn't. Aren't you? This is a present simple sentence with the subject it and the verb is. So the tag question should be verb to be, but now in negative, with the subject it, inverting the order. So isn't it is the correct answer. It is cold today. Isn't it is a question tag. Anna is a very nice person. Do the whole process. Verb tense, verb, positive, negative, subject, inverse the order, and then you'll come up that the correct answer is isn't she? Anna is a very nice person, isn't she? Next one. Your son is 4 years old. Do the whole process, the whole analysis. Positive, negative, present simple, which tense it is, which verb it is, which auxiliary you need, reverse the order. So the correct sentence is your son is 4 years old, isn't he? Your son is, negative, isn't, then your son is a he, then reverse it, isn't he? Next one. Sandra grew up in London. Check verb tense, the auxiliary you need, is it positive or negative, and then reverse the order, match the subject and reverse the order. Here, Sandra grew up in London, didn't she? Grew up is in the past simple, so you need the auxiliary for the past simple, which is did or didn't. As the original, the statement is a positive sentence, you need the auxiliary didn't in negative. Another one. You met Mike's sister. You met Mike's sister. This statement is in past simple, so you're going to need the auxiliary for the past simple in negative, because the original sentence, the initial sentence, is in positive. So you met Mike's sisters, didn't you is the correct one, as it's a past simple negative with the subject you, reversing the order. Another one. Martha doesn't like cakes. It is a present simple negative sentence. So then the question tag must be in present simple positive sentence, with the same subject reversing the order. So Martha doesn't like cakes, does she is the correct one. Next one. You haven't been to Paris, which is the correct question tag. Here we have a present perfect tense in negative. So you haven't been to Paris is present perfect in negative. The correct question tag should be in present perfect, but in positive, the same subject and reversing the order. So it just leaves us the you haven't been to Paris, have you? Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you understand this lesson better.
Short answers. In this video, we're going to teach you how to reply correctly to a yes or no question. Let's see. Short answers are the answers to a yes or no question. For example, do you like my new dress? Yes, I do. No, I don't. As you can see, the question is in a WASV formula, but with no W or interrogative pronoun like what, when, where, and that when we use the A or auxiliary for the answer. So to answer yes in English, we can't say yes. We need to say, yes, I do. The same for the negative answer in English. We can't say no. We need to say, no, I don't. Let's see some more examples. Have you got a sister? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Did you go to school yesterday? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Are you happy? Yes, I am. No, I am not. Are you going to the cinema today? Yes, I am. No, I am not. Can you speak Japanese? Yes, I can. No, I can't. Was she reading a book? Yes, she was. No, she wasn't. Have you been to Paris? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. As you can see, what we do is use the A or auxiliary to answer in positive or negative. So use the auxiliary in positive to answer in a positive way to a question, and use the auxiliary in negative to answer in a negative way to a question.
I've got a date for you.
Oh, really?
Are you interested?
Maybe. What is she like?
She's got a great personality.
Uh-oh, that means that she's fat and ugly.
She's cute.
Okay, so she's not ugly, she's just fat.
She weighs 98 pounds.
Okay, she's not fat, so what's the problem with her?
Who said there's a problem with her?
The problem is she has no problems. She's too good for me. Let's go out to eat.
That sounds like fun.
Where do you want to go?
Let me think a minute.
I feel like Chinese.
That sounds delicious.
I know a good Chinese restaurant.
How far away is it?
It's only 10 minutes from here.
Do we need reservations?
Oh, no. We can walk right in.
Let's go now. I'm hungry.
Now it's time for you to test this lesson. I'll give you a statement and you have to tell if it is correct or not. You'll have about 5 seconds to answer each question, and then I'll show you the correct answer and give you an explanation. So let's go. Is the verb to be like similar in meaning to the verb to like? Yes or no? The verb to be like is not similar in meaning to the verb like. Actually, they don't have anything to do. Let's see another one. Is the expression "what's the matter" similar to the expression "what is the problem"? Is it similar or not? It is similar. What's the matter has a similar meaning as the expression "what's the problem." Let's see another one. Are the expressions "what else" and "what about" similar in meaning? The answer is no. What else and what about, they don't have anything in common. They're not similar at all. What about is for planned, what else? It means what else, what more, but not what about. Let's see another one. We use get plus an adjective to express a change in emotions, like in the sentence, I get bored when I watch a boring film. Here we're saying that when you use get plus an adjective, for example, get bored means that you are changing from not being bored to being bored. So yes, you use get plus the adjective get bored in this example to express a change in emotions. Let's see another one. Does the expression to be good at something mean that you are a good person? When you say you're good at something means that you are a good person, no, that doesn't mean that. To be good at something means that you do something very well, that you excel at something. Let's see another one. The difference between I get bored and I am bored is that when we use the verb to be, we are already bored. But when we use the verb to get bored, we weren't bored, but we are bored now. So meaning that if you use the verb to be, you were and are bored. But when you use get plus the adjective, you change from not being bored to being bored. Is this correct? Yes, it is correct. Get is a transitive. It means that you change from not being bored to being bored. Let's see another one. Is this sentence, she is getting hungry at the moment because she didn't eat anything today, is it correct? She is getting hungry at the moment because she didn't eat anything today. It is absolutely correct. She wasn't hungry, so she is getting hungry because she didn't eat anything. Let's see another one. Is the sentence I made angry him correct? This sentence is not correct because the order is not correct. The correct order would be I made him angry. I made him and then angry. Let's see another one. Is the verb to look like similar in meaning to the verb to seem? Are they synonyms? Are they similar? Yes, they are similar in meaning. To look like and to seem have a similar meaning. Let's see another one. You'll need the auxiliary don't or doesn't to make the negative of the verb to be like. Of course, this is false because the verb to be plus like. To do a negative, you're going to do it on the verb to be. So I am like or I'm not like. You are like or you aren't like. He is like or he isn't like. Please do not mix it up with don'ts or doesn't. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you understand this lesson better.
Did you see the soccer match last night?
Sure did, and although I can't say I was unhappy at the result, it wasn't the most interesting game I've ever seen.
They've played better, I agree. But I didn't think they did that badly. Especially that guy you really like.
He did well, but he was the only one who did. Imagine if he got injured and couldn't play for a few weeks. They'd lose every game.
Let's hope that never happens. Anyway, I thought it was a pretty entertaining game.
I've seen our school team play more interesting soccer.
Now listen again.
The story has finished. It was a good movie. Have you ever broken a window? How was your last birthday? Were you shopping yesterday? Can you help me? She explained the question. Is she good at English? It looks like my old house. What about staying home tonight?
Having a plan for learning a new language is crucial. It helps you know what to learn and when, so you don't feel overwhelmed. With a plan, you can set goals and see how you're doing, which makes you engaged and motivated, which is the most important driver to keep you going along this process. Having a plan also lets you focus on what you're good at and what you need to practice more. This way, you don't forget any important parts of the language. In this video, I'll show you different useful strategies to help you achieve your learning goals. Let's first start by some strategies for the whole learning process, and then we'll focus on effective strategies for each language component such as vocabulary, speaking, listening, and so on. When learning English, keep these strategies in mind. Set clear goals. Define your English learning objectives. Is it for travel, work, exams, or personal growth? Having clearer goals will keep you motivated and focused. Surround yourself with the language as much as possible. Watch movies, listen to music, podcasts, and radio in English. This exposure will improve your listening and overall comprehension skills. Practice regularly. Set aside dedicated time each day for language practice. Even short daily sessions are more effective than sporadic, lengthy ones. Patience and consistency are key to success. Celebrate progress. Recognize and celebrate milestones along the way. It could be completing a level in a language course, having your first conversation, or understanding a challenging text. Strategies for your vocabulary learning. Let's see some effective strategies to use when trying to expand your vocabulary. There are multiple ways to effectively learn new vocabulary. I encourage you to try some techniques and find what works best for you. Remember that the key is consistent practice and exposure to the language. I would strongly suggest you first set your vocabulary goals to keep you motivated. Aim to learn a certain number of words per week. This way, you would be able to track your progress and keep you focused towards your goal. Strategy number 1. Using flashcards. Write the new word on the side of the card and its meaning and an example sentence on the other side. You can carry them anywhere and flip through them whenever you have a few minutes. It is like a game where you test yourself. Regularly review the cards to reinforce your memory. You can make your own flashcards or use apps that offer digital ones. Using flashcards is a quick and powerful way to make learning words easy and fun. Strategy 2. Using mnemonics. This is a technique used to help remember information more effectively, as it taps into your creativity and imagination, providing a mental framework that enhances retention. This strategy consists in associating new words with familiar words, images, or even personal experiences. The underlying argument is that associations between new information and something familiar or easy to remember make it easier for your brain to retrieve the information when needed. Here's how we can use mnemonics to learn vocabulary. By creating acronyms, that means to create a word or phrase where each letter represents the first letter of a new word. For example, to remember the order of directions, north, east, south, and west, you can use the acronym NEWS. By visualization, create vivid mental images that connect the new word's meaning with a familiar image. For instance, if you're learning the word abundant, you could visualize a garden overflowing with fruits and flowers. Another way is to use the method of loci, which works by associating new words with specific places you are familiar with. For example, you can mentally walk through your house and attach vocabulary words to different rooms. When you need to recall the words, you mentally walk through the house again, retrieving the words as you go. Or you could link new words to different landmarks in your town. This technique taps into spatial memory, making it especially useful for memorizing a list of vocabulary. Strategy 3. Practice spaced repetition. This is a learning technique that involves reviewing and repeating vocabulary at increasing intervals over time. This method is based on the principle that learning is enhanced when studying is spaced out over time, rather than cramming all at once. This technique is particularly effective for long-term retention of vocabulary. For example, you start by studying a set of new words. Then, you review them after a short time, let's say tomorrow. And if you remember them well, you wait longer before reviewing them again, let's say 3 days. If you struggle to recall a word, you review it more frequently, for example, the next day. One important thing to keep in mind is that during each review, try to recall the meaning of the word before revealing it. This is called active recall, which strengthens your memory and reinforces your learning. The spaced repetition technique optimizes your study time and memory retention by focusing on words that are harder to remember and you're most likely to forget. There are digital tools and apps you can use which work with this method for vocabulary learning. Some of the most popular are Anki, Memrise, and Quizlet, which offer customizable options for creating your own vocabulary text and setting review intervals. Strategy 4. Keep a vocabulary journal. Write down new words with their meanings and example sentences in a dedicated notebook. Be actively seeking for new vocabulary, read articles, books, or online content. Listen to native speakers, podcasts, watch TV shows or movies, YouTube videos with subtitles in English. Anything you like, but when you come across a new word, write it down in your journal with its meaning and an example sentence. Then, review them and keep adding words to it regularly. You can review them using the spaced repetition techniques. Strategy 5. Grouping words. Another way to help you memorize new words is by organizing vocabulary by themes or topics. When words are grouped under a common theme, your brain can create connections between related words, making it easier to remember them during conversations or writing. When you encounter a word related to a specific theme, your brain recalls other words from the same theme more easily. Creating lists of vocabulary by topics allows you to explore related synonyms, antonyms, and idiomatic expressions. It also makes you focus on a set of words with shared meanings, instead of learning words in isolation. Strategy 6. Chunking words. When possible, be aware that you can break down a complex word into smaller, meaningful chunks. For example, unbelievable can be broken down into un, not, believe, and able, capable of, making it easier to understand and remember. This way, you can learn related words called word families that share the same root, prefix, or suffix, expanding your vocabulary and comprehension. Strategy 7. Using vocabulary apps. Apps like Duolingo, Memrise, and Quizlet offer interactive ways to learn and practice new words. You can also play word games such as word puzzles, crosswords, anagrams, and online word games, which make learning fun and challenging. General tips to improve your pronunciation and speaking in your daily life. Here are some tips on how to improve speaking skills. 1. Practice, practice, practice. The more you speak, the more comfortable and confident you will become. Try to speak in English as much as possible, even if it's just a few words or phrases. Listen to native speakers. Listen to native speakers of English as much as possible, whether it's through podcasts, music, TV shows, or movies. Pay attention to their pronunciation, intonation, and stress patterns. Imitate native speakers. Try to imitate the way the native speakers speak, paying attention to their pronunciation, intonation, and stress patterns. Use English language media. Watch English language TV shows and movies and read English language news, articles, and books. This will help you improve your vocabulary, grammar, and comprehension skills. Speak with native speakers. Try to find a language partner or conversation partner who is a native speaker of English. This will give you the opportunity to practice speaking in a more natural setting. Take a class. Consider taking a class or a course to improve your speaking skills. A teacher can give you feedback on your pronunciation and grammar and provide you with exercises and activities to improve your speaking. Record yourself. Record yourself speaking in English and listen to the recording. This will help you identify areas where you need to improve and monitor your progress over time. Be patient with yourself. Remember that learning a new language takes time and practice. Be patient with yourself and don't get discouraged if you make mistakes. Speak at a natural pace. Don't rush when speaking. Try to speak at a natural pace. It is better to speak slower and clearly than to speak fast and make mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Making mistakes is part of the learning process. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, and don't let the fear of making mistakes prevent you from speaking. Thanks for watching. Hi, in this video I'll show you why complex sentences are important. the differences between a simple sentence versus a complex sentence. And then I'll give you exercises to practice. 1. Why complex sentences are important. Using complex sentences is crucial for presenting well-structured arguments and ideas. It allows you to express complex thoughts and convey more precise meanings. Utilizing complex sentences demonstrate a higher level of language proficiency. It shows that you have a good grasp of grammar and syntax, which is essential for higher-level language exams. 2. Let's see the difference between a simple sentence and a complex sentence. A simple sentence is a sentence that contains only one independent clause, which means that it has one subject-verb pair and expresses a complete thought. For example, I went to the store. A complex sentence, on the other hand, is a sentence that contains one independent clause, so a simple sentence, and one or more dependent clauses. A dependent clause is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb, but cannot stand alone as a sentence. It depends on the independent clause to make sense. For example, after I went to the store, I bought some groceries. The main difference between a simple sentence and a complex sentence is that a simple sentence contains only one subject-verb pair and expresses a single idea, while a complex sentence contains more than one subject-verb pair and expresses more than one idea. A complex sentence is usually longer and more detailed than a simple sentence. A complex sentence often uses subordinating conjunctions, such as although, because, since, or while, to link the dependent clause to the independent clause. These conjunctions indicate the relationship between the ideas expressed in the clauses. In summary, a simple sentence contains only one subject-verb pair and expresses a single idea, while a complex sentence contains one independent clause and one or more dependent clauses, is longer and more detailed, and uses subordinating conjunctions to link the clauses together. There are several conjunctions that can be used to create complex sentences by connecting independent and dependent clauses. Here are some examples. Subordinating conjunctions: although, because, since, while, when, before, after, if, unless, even though, provided that, and as soon as. For example, although I was tired, I stayed up late to finish my work. Or relative pronouns that are who, whom, whose, that, or which. For example, the book that I read last night was very interesting. 3. Let's practice. Let's start easy. First, I want you to really understand what dependent and independent clauses are. For this, I want you to identify which sentence is the dependent clause and which one is the independent clause. Remember that the independent clause expresses a complete thought that makes sense alone, while the dependent clause doesn't. It depends on the other clause to make sense. Here are some sentences. Try to identify the clauses. In the morning, I went for a jog. For the last time, I will take the field. After the game, we went out for pizza. Although I left, I did not remember my roots. Since he was not there, I was quite upset. Wherever we are, it is the right place to be. Even though I'm tired, I will give my best effort. Although we won, I was not satisfied with myself. Another exercise. I'll give you two simple sentences and you have to create a complex sentence connecting them using the conjunction provided. Simple sentences. She loves to read books. He enjoys watching movies. Create a complex sentence using the conjunction but. She loves to read books, but he enjoys watching movies. Simple sentences. The sun was shining. The temperature was quite low. Create a complex sentence using although. Although the sun was shining, the temperature was quite low. Simple sentences. Maria completed her assignment. She rewarded herself with a movie. Create a complex sentence using so. Maria completed her assignment, so she rewarded herself with a movie. Simple sentences. He missed the bus. He overslept. Create a complex sentence using because. He missed the bus because he overslept. Simple sentences. The party was in full swing. I had to leave early. Create a complex sentence using although. Although the party was at full swing, I had to leave early. Simple sentence. The concert tickets were sold out. We decided to go to the movies instead. Create a complex sentence using so. The concert tickets were sold out, so we decided to go to the movies instead. Simple sentences. John is studying for his exams. He hopes to get good grades. Create a complex sentence using because. John is studying for his exams because he hopes to get good grades. Let's see another exercise a bit more difficult. Combine two simple sentences using a conjunction you choose from as, and, but, or, so, yet, although, because, when, since, if, or a relative clause, who, whom, whose, which, or that. The simple sentence. I want to go to the beach. It is raining outside. Create a complex sentence. Although it is raining outside, I still want to go to the beach. Simple sentences. The woman is my aunt. She lives in France. Create a complex sentence. The woman who lives in France is my aunt. Simple sentences. I missed the bus. I was late for work. Create a complex sentence. I was late for work because I missed the bus. Or, as I missed the bus, I was late for work. Simple sentences. She loves to read books. She also enjoys watching movies. Create a complex sentence. Although she loves to read books, she also enjoys watching movies. Simple sentences. She was younger. She believed in Santa Claus. Create a complex sentence. When she was younger, she believed in Santa Claus. Simple sentences. He was rich. He was still unhappy. Create a complex sentence. Although he was rich, he was still unhappy. Or, he was still unhappy even though he was rich. Simple sentence. The man is a doctor. He lives next door. Create a complex sentence. The man who lives next door is a doctor. Simple sentences. She forgot her umbrella. She got soaking wet in the rain. Create a complex sentence. She got soaking wet in the rain because she forgot her umbrella. Or, as she forgot her umbrella, she got soaking wet in the rain. Simple sentences. The woman is my neighbor. She has 2 dogs. Create a complex sentence. The woman who has 2 dogs is my neighbor. Simple sentences. They stayed up late. They overslept in the morning. Create a complex sentence. They overslept the next morning because they stayed up late. Or, as they stayed up late, they overslept the next morning. Simple sentences. The book is on the shelf. I read it last week. Create a complex sentence. The book that I read last week is on the shelf. Remember, complex sentences add depth and variety to your speech, making your communication more engaging and sophisticated. Practice using different conjunctions to combine simple sentences and create a wide range of complex sentences. Thank you for watching. When it comes to learning grammar, it is important to make sure you understand it clearly. English grammar is easy and simple, but it can be confusing at times. Learning grammar is a fundamental aspect of mastering the English language, as it provides the structural foundation of the language, ensuring that your messages are clear and conveyed accurately, forming sentences that make sense both in your writing and speaking. Good grammar is essential for writing coherent and organized essays, reports, emails, and other written documents. It ensures that your ideas flow logically. A solid knowledge of English grammar will also help you understand spoken and written English more effectively. Additionally, proper grammar is often assessed in language proficiency tests, as it demonstrates you master the language properly. For this, I would suggest you start with the basics. Begin with foundational grammar rules and concepts. Build a strong base by understanding parts of the speech, nouns, verbs, adjectives, and sentence structure, and then move on to more difficult grammar topics. Another effective strategy to consolidate your grammar is to teach someone else. Once you think you have learned a grammar topic, explain it to a friend or family member. Teaching reinforces your understanding and memory. Teaching someone else reinforces your learning as it requires you to thoroughly understand the subject matter in order to explain it effectively. When you teach, you need to break down complex concepts into simpler terms, which deepens your understanding. When teaching others, you need to think, recall, and organize information, making your brain work more intensely than passive learning. It requires clarity, pushing you to review materials, helping reinforce concepts, and fully understand areas you initially don't, filling in gaps in your knowledge, which makes you more confident in your own knowledge. It also reinforces your memory, as you repeatedly access and retrieve information, enhancing your long-term retention and solidifying your grammar learning. Strategies to enhance your listening skills. The listening process involves several skills to help understand and comprehend spoken language effectively. Throughout the listening process, you unconsciously go through different stages, such as word identification. The recognized sounds are matched to known words in your vocabulary. Basically, they are retrieved from your existing knowledge to understand individual words. Then, the identified words are grouped into phrases and sentences. You process these language units to understand the overall meaning being conveyed. While listening, you use the context of the conversation or situation to derive meaning. You might consider the topic, the speaker's tone, and any visual clues to help you understand intentions, emotions, and meaning of the conversation. So, your listening comprehension relies on your language skills, vocabulary, cultural knowledge, and previous exposure to English. For this, regular practice, exposure to a variety of accents, intonations, pronunciations, and speaking styles, and active engagement in listening activities can all contribute to improve your listening skills over time. Then, here are my suggested strategies to enhance your listening skills. Regular listening practice. Engage in daily listening activities such as movies, TV shows, interviews, podcasts, audiobooks, news broadcasts, or YouTube videos. This exposes you to diverse vocabulary, speaking speeds, context, different accents, and speech patterns, which improves your overall listening flexibility. Start with easier and slower paced materials with clear speech. Then, gradually challenge yourself with faster paced content as your skills improve. Use transcripts or subtitles while listening to help connect spoken words with their written forms. This will help you learn vocabulary in context, comprehension, as well as understand the correct pronunciation. Depending on your listening and English level, I would suggest you start using subtitles in your native language to help you match English words and structures with your native language. You can either watch the video in your native language and use English captions, or watch video in English and add subtitles in your native language. Once you are past this point, you can use both audio and subtitles in English, which will help you learn vocabulary in context, understand the correct pronunciation, as well as associate spoken words with their written form. The last step of this process is to get rid of the subtitles and just watch and listen in English, with no visual aid to support your comprehension, enhancing your listening skills. Remember to add any unknown words to your vocabulary list for further memorization. If possible, try to also write some of the context in which you found the word, as well as a sentence example for a better context learning. When preparing for an exam, learn to listen for specific information. Official exams tend to have some questions in their listening papers regarding numbers, dates, names, locations, and addresses. So get used to pick them quickly, as they will definitely appear in your exam. So when practicing your listening, focus on these specific details like numbers, dates, names, and locations. Incorporating regular reading into your language learning routine can significantly enhance your overall language skills and help you become a more effective communicator in English. Remember that reading is crucial when learning English for your vocabulary expansion, as it exposes you to a wide range of words, idioms, expressions, and phrases that are commonly used by native speakers, which you might not encounter in everyday conversation. It also gives you the opportunity to observe how sentences are structured, where punctuation is needed, and how grammar rules are applied in context, which will help you improve your writing skills as well with an upgraded vocabulary. Reading becomes crucial for test preparation as reading comprehension skills are tested in each and every English proficiency exam. Here are some strategies I suggest you put in practice, but first remember that improving your reading skills is a gradual and consistent process. Incorporate these strategies into your reading routine to build your vocabulary and comprehension of English text. Begin with reading materials that are specifically designed for your proficiency level. Graded readers provide a gradual progression of vocabulary and complexity. Increase the difficulty level as you become more proficient. Start by reading about topics that genuinely interest you to get you engaged and make the whole process more enticing. When reading, it is important to practice active reading. That means that while reading, you should analyze the text, observe the sentence structure, use of literative devices, grammar and punctuation, and how they organize the ideas. Highlight keywords, make notes, and underline important sentences. This improves focus and comprehension. When encountering unfamiliar words, try to understand their meaning from the context of the sentence or paragraph. Remember to keep a vocabulary journal to note down new words and their meanings. If possible, try to also write some of the context in which you found the word, as well as a sentence example for a better context learning. When preparing for an exam, practice with authentic materials. Practice your reading comprehension with real exam samples. This exposes you to real exam writing styles and topics. Additionally, add time management into your reading as your time allocation will be limited in the exam. The more fluent you become reading, the higher chances you will have to successfully pass a language proficiency exam.